Hi, this is Trina from trinaholden.com. It's time to plant garlic. Here I have my bed that I prepared by putting a carpet over it to kill off all the weeds. Now the dirt's kind of packed. If you've got a rototiller or something, you can use a hoe to scrape about a 4-inch deep row here. I used my shovel, didn't take but a minute. And then you got to get your planting garlic, which I recommend finding stuff that's local, so you know it's going to grow well where you live. And you take a head, and like Jesse's doing here, oh, you don't have to peel it, Jess, you just have to break it apart. You take a head and you break it apart, and each little clove is going to become a new garlic plant. So we separate all our heads and we put them in the basket here. Whoop. And then you take the blunt end of the clove where the roots will come out, and you put that down into the soil. Okay? So the tip goes up, the blunt end where the roots were goes down. That will grow into a garlic clove, a whole head. One clove makes a whole head. So that'll give you an idea of how much to plant. If you use about a half of a garlic head a week, then you'll probably want to grow about 25 plants. So 25 cloves. Of course, you want to plant more so you have extra to plant next year. This is my planting garlic that I set aside from my harvest this fall. I harvested in July. Now, if you live in warmer climates, you might have time to grow garlic through the summer, but here up north, we have to plant it in the fall so it has enough time in the ground to mature before July when we harvest it. So I'm just going to plant these in my trench 6 inches apart, and then I'm going to cover them with soil about 4 inches deep. And if I don't get it too even, that's alright, because I'm going to mulch it. After the leaves fall off my maple trees in the backyard, I will mulch the whole bed heavily with mulch, and then the garlic will just sit under there all winter, and it'll be the first thing up with the daffodils sprouts in the spring. And that is how I plant my garlic. And I will put in this bed, and I'll put in this. I'll probably try to get in about 100 heads, which gives me enough to grow and share and plant more next year. You want a sunny spot, basically in your garden. It's going to be in the garden for almost a full calendar year though, so make sure you choose a spot that you're not going to need to till up later. And just remember to mulch it. And that is how simple garlic is. If you mulch it heavily, you hardly have to weed it, and it is just a real simple crop. And Jesse loves it. It's a great job for your kids. You can give them a little stick that's 6 inches long and tell them to put one every 6 inches. And they can just plant the garlic for you, and you can just supervise, and they'll have fun seeing it come up in the spring.